A parcel from Japan arrived early this morning, and it got me to thinking that somebody was asking about getting stuff sent from Japan, from the Yahoo auctions over there, and how you went about doing it, what the costs were and things. And I thought I'd make a quick video about it. I say quick, we'll see how long this takes. The reason this reminded me is because this particular one didn't work out very well financially. It cost me a lot more than I expected. And that can happen. So that's one of the things that you've got to be aware of when you're doing this. You've got to expect the unexpected in a way. There's pitfalls and perils, but there's also benefits. There's things that are available in Japan that you can't get anywhere else. So that's why I end up buying some things from Japan. I get things from all over the world, of course, but occasionally I'll buy the odd thing from Japan, from the Japanese auction websites. Now, the way you go about doing this is you don't buy yourself through the Japanese auction. The people selling things on there aren't expecting to send internationally and aren't expecting to deal with someone who just speaks English. So you deal with an intermediary company. The intermediary company is between you and the person selling the item. So what's happening is they're bidding on the item for you, and then the item is getting sent from the person in Japan to the intermediary, who's also in Japan, and then they repackage it and ship it off internationally to you. There's costs involved, of course. That company in the middle needs to make some money. And that's where the costs can add up. But also, of course, you've got international shipping and things. Now, I'm talking about this from a UK perspective. Depending upon the country in which you live, the cost will be drastically different, but I'll just give you the idea as to how much this particular item cost me from beginning to end and how long the whole process took. Now, the intermediary company I use is one called Jaws, or is it Jouse? Anyway, it's Jauce. The only reason I use them is because they were the one I picked. I mean, there were a few online. I wrote some down here. There's Bai, there's Zen Market, there's From Japan. There's a few companies doing this. Obviously, there's a demand out there. The idea is they're then linked into the auction. So I'm looking through the Jaws website, Japanese auctions are coming up, I can search for things, and then at the bottom of the screen it will show a translation of the description of that item. Now, if there's something that I see that I want to bid on or even buy, because they have buy it nows, I can't just click on it and buy it and then pay for it afterwards. I've got to have the money in the account. It's quite awkward because you've got to be aware of how much you're expecting to pay for something and pre-deposit that amount into the intermediary's account. For example, with this particular item, it was a mini disc and CD combo unit that was only sold in Japan. I saw it as a buy it now, and the buy it now price was, I wrote this down here, well, in UK pounds converted, it was £139.44, which was very reasonable. I've seen similar items in the UK, older versions of it, go for sort of £250 or something. So this was a good price to start with, but of course that's not where the price ends. Now, I couldn't just click buy it now because I didn't have the money in the account. So I deposited, I think, sort of £250 in the account and then bid on the item. Now, if you're bidding on an item that's an open auction, and someone outbids you, then at the end, if you lose, the money that you've bid just gets refunded back into your account. In my case, it was a buy it now. So I'd put the money in, bought it now, it took the money off my balance. So I'd then got a remaining balance, which I was assuming would be enough to pay for the postage and things. Now, the way it works after that, the person in Japan who the intermediaries bought it from then packages it up and sends it to the intermediary. Now, just like on an eBay auction, they might offer free postage and packing, but in this case, they were charging for postage and packing as well to send to the person. So I got the cost of the item, £139.44, and then there was £12.47 that was the local delivery charges, which was just kind of courier costs or whatever. There was also £13.96 fee for the one auction. Then, on top of that, £2.10 bank charges. Now, the intermediary company, they will send me an email to say that they've got this item, they've received it. Now, if I bid on a number of different items, multiple items, I can have them all bundle up together. The intermediary company, they unpack the device, because quite often the packaging that someone sends things locally is pretty poor, like in a carrier bag or something. So they'll take it all out and they'll properly wrap it up with bubble pack and air bags and all sorts of stuff, and then put it in a new box of course, this is international air freight, plus repackaging, plus their packing materials, all that. So there's a considerable cost goes in there, but I was anticipating this, 60, 70, 80 pounds. It was £132.43. So I thought, what the heck? Why does that one cost so much? But of course the thing is, I've already bought it at this point. It's in their warehouse, ready to ship to me. I've got no option really other than to pay it. I suppose I could say I'm not paying it, and then they'd have an item, and the thing that I'd bought, I'd have lost the money for. Obviously, you pay for it, get it shipped. Now, when it got to the UK, on top of the costs, there was also I got a letter through. I had to pay customs before I could have it delivered, so that was £13.20 customs. There was £30.43 import VAT, and there was a £12 clearance fee. That was all on one letter from Parcel Force. So in total, this mini disc player that cost £139.44 in Japan cost £356 to get to my door. The dates on this, just to give you an idea, this was over Christmas, so I won the auction. It's always weird when you say won, isn't it? I mean, you just bought something. But anyway, 20th of December. So you can see we're getting close to Christmas, so it's going to be a weird time frame on this, but they did quite well. So 20th of December, I won it. They received, the intermediary in Japan, the parcel from the sender on the 24th of December, so before Christmas. 26th of December, they posted it to the UK. 30th of December, it got to customs in the UK, and that's where there was a delay. 8th of January, I get my letter through saying, you've got a customs charge to pay. It's at the local sorting office, and I paid that and got it delivered next day, which is today, 9th of January. It's expensive, but you're getting things that you can't get any other way sometimes. Now, I have had people out, because of course what I do, I'll get people on Patreon and things say, oh, I'll send you things from Japan, don't worry about it, I'll do it for you, which is great. I mean, I would take advantage of that if it was a suitable thing. But when it's dealing with one of these auctions and you're getting something sent from someone to someone else and onto you, it's a bit of a hassle to put onto anyone. And I do trust this company. They've never let me down. It's just, it can get expensive. Remember, item for a hi-fi, kind of standard size. So we'll open that in a second. I just want to get you the description of the item though, because that is one of the disadvantages of buying from the Japanese auctions, that the thing is obviously in Japanese and the translation isn't quite perfect. For example, this one, CDMD has confirmed the operation of playback and CD synchronized recording. Headphone output is also no problem. Because I do not know, and there is an oversight in the short time of confirmation, please bid only those who consent. There are no accessories. Appearance, there are scratches and dirt by long-term use. Please confirm with a photograph. Because it is old audio equipment, it is for users who are your while maintenance. There is understanding in used equipment. So yeah, get used to reading between the lines. All these things say there's dirt from use and things. They also say that it's junk as well. That's a phrase that's used a lot. Doesn't mean it doesn't work. It's just a phrase that's sort of used for old items. You're kind of on your own most of the time. It's always a bit of a gamble. Even if you get the description, people say, oh, I'll translate it for you. It doesn't matter about the translation. The original information isn't there. It's basically somebody saying, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of an old thing. Good luck with it. That's the information you're getting. So there's a gamble as well there. So not only does the thing cost a lot, there's a gamble. Obviously, you're not going to send this thing back. So you've got to be prepared for all this. You've got to be prepared for paying a good lump of money to get anything, and then being prepared to lose it all if the thing is of no use whatsoever. So that's what I've got in here. And I'm going to open it up. I'm not going to do a video about the thing inside at the moment, but I just want to show you the packaging that they do here. Let me stand up, move the camera around, and we'll just have a look, and we'll see what they've done from this particular company, at least, to ensure that this thing has got to me in one piece, hopefully, anyway. Okay, so now this is the first one I've ever had with these blue parcel straps on. I don't know if they put those on. And then they use this kind of medical grade tape, which is really nice stuff. I thought about getting some of this myself because it's good quality. It seems to be waterproof, but also easy to tear. Right, so now we've got these are air cushion things. So what happens is with this, they put it all around the thing, and then it expands to fill the gap. So we'll take all those out. And it's the same at the bottom, the same stuff, a thinner layer of it. And that's it. So let's put this over here. Right, so that is what was in that box. It's like pass the parcel, this. Now this is cardboard that's backed with bubble pack as well. So they're using very high quality packing materials, but of course I'm the one that's paying for them. Okay, so we can take that layer off. We're getting closer. Now I'm being careful at this point, so I'm not using a knife anymore, because I want to make sure we don't scratch the player up. Obviously there are a few marks from its past, but there you go. So that's what I bought. It looked like it was in pretty much Shaz new condition on the front. Anyway, it's still got all its stickers on, so we'll see if this works in a future video. I'm not going to go through that now. Of course, the thing to bear in mind with Japanese equipment is 100 volts. So I'm always going to have to use this through a step-down power transformer. Not something that everyone's prepared to do, but this is a machine that was only available in Japan, which is why I bought it. Now, if you're wondering about the environmental impact of this packaging material, well, it says it's made out of stuff that could be processed in municipal waste-to-energy facilities. I don't know if I've got one of those. When I take it to the tip, I'll ask the chaps there, because this won't fit in my bin. I mean, this will fit one full wheeler bin worth of stuff. I mean, there's always a balance with these things, isn't there? If somebody doesn't package something well, you're just wasting a lot of effort, energy and whatever by getting the thing delivered and it's broken, and then that's getting thrown away as e-waste. Now, a lot of the things I bought in the past from Japan have been small items, like, say, a personal mini disc player or cassettes or whatever. It's just something small. Those are the ones that I tend to aim for, because they don't cost too much to get delivered to the UK. For example, this is missing a remote control. At the same time I bought this, I found someone selling the remote control in Japan. I bought it and got that delivered. It turned up a couple of days away from this one. I think all in, the thing cost me under £30, including buying the thing and getting it delivered to the UK. So it's not always ridiculously expensive. It's just in this case it was. So yeah, there you go. That's what buying something from Japan is like. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but it's always a gamble. I haven't plugged this one in yet. This might not work, and that might be £300 odd down the drain, but we'll find that out in a future video. But hopefully this has been helpful if somebody's thinking of buying anything from a Japan auction website. It's easy enough to do, but you've just got to be aware that it can get quite expensive. But that's it for the moment. As always, thanks for watching.